Hello there. Real quick. That this is not to discourage you, because I want us to be clear about that first. Okay? You kind of been in this place for a long time. Okay? Now listen, you got good ideas. Baby, you got good ideas. Your execution is not as good. Okay? Your follow through, not as good. The ideas though are great. Entrepreneurship, it is not for everybody. And that doesn't mean it's not for you, but right now, these last few months, few years, you know what I'm talking about. Baby, it ain't been working for you, okay? And you're doing a lot of robbing Peter to pay Paul. Okay, you done got yourself in some mess, and it's time for you to get a job. You hear me? You just gonna need to get a job for a little while. Okay, it don't mean your ideas ain't good. Okay, it don't mean that maybe one day you could be a good entrepreneur. But you have proven to yourself and everybody else that you owe money to, okay, that it ain't working right now. Okay, it ain't worked for a while. It actually has never worked yet. Doesn't mean it won't ever work. But right now you need to go to work. You're gonna need to get a job, okay? And then keep working towards it. But at least you'll have a job while you are pursuing that thing. But right now, you need to get a job, baby. All right? That's it. I love you. Now go about your business. Okay, have a good night. Tomorrow have a good day. But even if you can't have a good one, don't you dare go messing up nobody else's hymn. Don't be mad at me. Okay?
That's the clip that had black women boiling, trying to duke it out with Tabitha Brown. I don't know what the problem is all of a sudden, but they seem to find a way to be offended by anything Tabitha says these days. Tabitha wasn't even specifically talking to black women. From my understanding, she was just speaking on entrepreneurship in general, saying nothing but the truth. Entrepreneurship isn't for everybody. Yeah, being your own boss is something cute to say, but everybody isn't equipped to handle the responsibility. I'm talking about the ups and downs. And in this season, there's a lot of downs for a lot of people. So Tabitha is saying it's okay. You may have a great idea, but you're failing at executing it. Or there could be other factors that's causing hardship on your business. Listen, you have to know when to hold and know when to fold. And while you're holding or folding, whatever is going on, you still have to live in reality. Why? Because you have to live. Yeah, you still have bills to pay. You still need shelter. You still need food. You still have liabilities, obligations, all of that. And the people you owe, they don't want to hear no talk. They just want their money. That's life. Especially the life of a business owner. The problem is black women want to be lied to in order to feel good and raise their self-esteem. At first, they ran around bragging about being the most enrolled and getting all these degrees. Then they started graduating and working at Walmart. Then whenever it became a trend to be a boss and start a business, they started running around bragging about being the most business owners or new business owners, when honestly, they were just registering the most LLCs. No one ever followed up with the number of those LLCs that went inactive within 5 years, most within the first 3 years. I mean, they would say these things to make themselves feel better, but not live in reality. And this is really why they're so offended by what Tabitha said. For the record, I don't think Tabitha was coming for black women specifically, but even if her message was directed towards black female entrepreneurs, it was simply the truth. That goes for anybody, doesn't matter their race or gender. I don't think she was trying to be mean or nasty. She was just trying to give comfort to entrepreneurs who found themselves in that position where their business wasn't succeeding in this season. And she's telling them, hey, it's okay. Get a job to sustain yourself. That doesn't mean your idea won't ever work, but you can't just lose everything or go under to keep up with the appearance of being a boss. But of course, that didn't stop these snowflakes from finding a way to find an issue with what she said.
As an entrepreneur who did exactly what Tabitha Brown suggested about a year ago, I 1,000% agree with her. She should have minded her business though. No one asked you, honey. Okay? Giving unsolicited advice to almost 1 million people on one platform is crazy work. Also, giving said advice like a mean girl is insane to me. Like, girl, who asked you?
Let me break it down for y'all who are confused as to why people are upset at Tabitha Brown. When we watch these influencers and content creators basically go from rags to riches, what we don't realize or what we don't see happening behind the scenes is their removal from our everyday experiences. They become so far removed from how we experience the job market and how we experience the economy, hell, how we are affected by the presidency. And they become tone deaf to the point that they feel like they can tell us how to exist in that experience. Tabitha Brown is not experiencing the job market the way we are experiencing it. And when she got up here and begged us not to boycott Target so that she could keep selling her products, maybe we should have told her she needed to go get a job. I understand the message. Entrepreneurship is not for everybody, and social media, especially since 2020, has been selling dreams. And the message is sometimes it's not going to work. You have to go get a job. But I ain't never heard nobody say they sat down in the job they wanted, the job of their dreams just fell in their lap. We've never heard it. Then she used to Uber. That's entrepreneurship, honey. You're not getting a W-2. You're getting a 1099 at the end of the year. Why was you out doing Uber? Because you lost your job.
I honestly think that the white population feels like Tabitha Brown can convince the black population to do anything. It's kind of hard to trust a woman, the same woman who asked us to go back to shopping at Target because her products were in there and she was being impacted by the whole situation of boycott in Target. But for her to sit there and say to give up on your dream, go back to work because it's not working. You're robbing Peter to pay Paul. And I know you think your dream is going to work. Your execution is bad. Your investments are bad. And I know you feel like in all of your heart of hearts, this is the proper way to go. But get that job. Go back to work. Don't get put out on the street and be homeless because you're so engulfed in your dreams. I understand that. I get it. But isn't that how she got there? Isn't that how she got where she was? No, we didn't see behind the scenes, but I'm pretty sure there were some points and moments in her life where she really wanted to give up. She really thought to herself, this isn't worth it. I'm putting more money out than I'm making. So to tell people after you've come to the point where you are, to don't do like what I did, it's kind of tone deaf. It's extremely tone deaf, as a matter of fact. And it's only towards us. She says that too. It's only towards black people. And the black people who think, oh, well, there's nothing to be upset about. I don't see what she said wrong. You are absolutely still brainwashed. You're still brainwashed by her soft-spokenness, or her ability to say, listen, pumpkin, listen, I understand it's hard and you're fighting with all your might. You're still brainwashed with that. It's just ridiculous. Like, how dare you contradict your entire career?
So I get back on TikTok to my whole For You page being mad at Tabitha Brown because she told y'all to get a job. And I was like, okay, I want to go see her myself before I formed the opinion. Maybe like if it was rude or it was like, oh, so I got money now, y'all go get a job. But no, this is literally the same lady who went viral in her car eating a sandwich. This is the same lady that we literally watched go from a regular person to the influencer that is Tabitha Brown. This is the lady that set up and told us about her aspiring actor career. This is the lady that told us at one point her and her husband only stayed together because they could not afford to break up. This is the same lady that literally told us about struggling, not only with her health, but with her finances and everything else. This is the lady that talked about not knowing how she was going to make it. You get what I'm saying? If anything, y'all should be taking this as advice. Y'all should be taking this as a foot forward from somebody that literally went from where you are or lower to where she is right now. That lady did not say anything bad. If you want to be an entrepreneur and you are struggling with it and it's not making you enough money and that is still your dream, get a job on the side. What I heard was get a job to help you sustain until entrepreneurship sustains you. At this point, y'all just want to be mad at anything.
Tabitha Brown really got y'all in a chokehold because she said if you're a struggling entrepreneur, you're not making any money, go get a 9-to-5. Coming from somebody who I've been a business owner really while I was in law school, but even when I became an attorney, I started my own practice. That was 2021. And it's 2025. Since I've had my own practice and hung out my own shingles, I've always had a side hustle that was a consistent stream of income. That's not foolish. That's not a lack of faith. That is wisdom. Y'all see these two back here? Say hi. One of them just woke up. Here go the other one. So we provided for kids. I got a husband. He carries his weight through his consistent stream of income. We got grown people bills. Yes, You take the leap of faith. You start the business. You write the vision. You make it plain. You walk it out. All of that. Yes, we live by and walk by faith every single day. But wisdom has taught us that it is good to have a consistent stream of income. It does not mean you're neglecting your entrepreneur journey. It doesn't mean that you're throwing away your dreams. You're just taking a pivot to set you and your family up for long-term success. Maybe you can do your business and have something on the side. Maybe you temporarily put down your business, get a full-time job, and save up to put you in the best position to thrive as an entrepreneur. But come on, y'all, let's use wisdom. Get up off Miss Brown, because at the end of the day, we all have to do what we have to do to provide for our families.
Y'all, Tabitha Brown was talking to people like me, okay? I think that where some people are getting so offended, especially Black women, is because, first of all, the majority of the Black women I know do get up off their asses and get a job to support them becoming an entrepreneur. I don't know of any Black women that don't do that. Most of the time we're not kept women have a man taking care of us or anything like that. We don't have parents that can fund businesses and stuff. So most of the Black women I know, they do work to fund their dreams. But Tabitha was talking to people like me, y'all. I have been out of work since 2017. I just recently started working again back in June. Now, I stopped working to be a full-time makeup artist and a content creator, and that was going okay. If I'm being completely and totally fucking honest, it was going okay, all right? I never got to the point where I was making a good amount of money every single month and everything was going smoothly. 2020, COVID happened. I was pregnant. I didn't do makeup anymore because nobody was going nowhere. Nobody wants to be around the people. Y'all know the whole thing. So I started to do a catering business. Now, my catering business has been doing okay, just like the makeup, right? But I'm finding that for the business, I just need a lot of money. Like, I have kitchen fees, I got licensing fees, I got a whole lot of money. So I had to make the decision that, hey, you want this catering business, right? You want this to pop off. So what you got to do is get up off your ass and get a job. Tabitha was talking to folks like me, okay? And there are a subsection of people like myself who have been at entrepreneurship for a while, and it is not working yet. And we do have to accept the reality of the fact that, hey, while I'm still gonna pursue this, in the meantime, I gotta get a job. That's who she was talking to, y'all. But I feel like because of where Tabitha is, it appeared to be tone deaf, and definitely where the job market is and the Black women, which, by the way, I don't ever remember her saying directly Black women. But anyways, I think that because of those factors, people took it as, Tabitha, you need to shut the hell up because you're just some millionaire telling us to go find a job, and we out here busting our asses and we looking for jobs and stuff, when she wasn't talking to y'all. So sometimes y'all be trying to put on shoes that don't even fit, baby. She was talking to folks like me. And Tabitha was right. I did need to get up off my ass and get me a job so I can fund my dreams, because they gonna happen, but just not yet. And especially ain't gonna happen without no damn job.
Bottom line, Tabitha told the truth, and the truth stings when you've built your whole identity around smoke and mirrors. A lot of folks would rather be pacified with motivational quotes than face the reality of failing businesses, stacked bills, and the fact that being a, quote, boss ain't for everybody. That's why they're mad. Not because Tabitha was wrong, but because she was right. And instead of getting defensive about it, some of these women should sit with that message, apply it, and maybe, just maybe, they'll get somewhere. You know, the next time a hard truth comes their way, they'll be able to handle it without getting offended. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Tell me what you think about this below. I want to thank everybody who supported this channel. You can show your support as well. The link to PayPal is below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to like and share.